Assalamu alaikum guys. Hope you guys are having a very good Ramadan, and we're back with another video. So in last video we were looking at Surah Naziat, the one after Surah Naba, the second Surah of Juzamma, and today in this Ramadan sequel we'll be looking at Surah Abasa. Okay, let's start inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. عبس وتولى أن جاءه الأعمى وما يدريك لعله يزكى أو يذكر فتنفعه الذكرى أما من استغنى فأنت له تصدى وما عليك ألا يزكى وأما من جاءك يسعى وهو يخشى فأنت عنه تلهى كلا إنها تذكرة فمن شاء ذكره في صحف مكرمة مرفوعة مطهرة بأيدي سفرة كرام بررة قتل الإنسان ما أكفره من أي شيء خلقه من نطفة خلقه فقدره ثم السبيل يسره ثم أماته فأقبره ثم إذا شاء أنشره كلا لما يقض ما أمره فلينظر الإنسان إلى طعامه أنا صببنا الماء صبا ثم شققنا الأرض شقا فأنبتنا فيها حبا وعنبا وقضبا وزيتونا ونخلا وحدائق غلبا وفاكهة وأبا متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم فإذا جاءت الساخة يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه وصاحبته وبنيه لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغنيه وجوه يومئذ مسفرة ضاحكة مستبشرة ووجوه يومئذ عليها غبرة ترهقها قترة أولئك هم الكفرة الفجرة صدق الله المولانا العظيم. So as you guys should know, after the Arabic, we're going on to the translation, inshallah. So let's go into it. So this is chapter number so this is chapter number 80. So this is Surah 80 of the Quran, and Abasa meaning he frowned. So the preface. In a hadith collected by Al-Tirmizi, a blind man by the name of Abdullah ibn Maktum, an early Muslim, came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, seeking to learn more about the faith. While the Prophet was in the middle of a discussion with an elite Meccan pagan, like a person with a high status in Mecca at that time, trying to convince him to abandon his idols and believe in the one true God, Abdullah was so impatient that he interrupted the discussion several times. The Prophet frowned and turned all his attention to the man he was already talking to. This Meccan chapter was later revealed, telling the Prophet that he should have tended to the faithful man who was eager to learn. After this chapter was revealed, the Prophet would honor Abdullah, calling him the man for which my Lord rebuked me. He even appointed him several times as a deputy to lead prayers in his absence. The chapter calls upon the ungrateful disbelievers to reflect on how God produces plants out of the earth, to realize how he can bring the dead out of their graves. The description of the horrors of the apocalypse is carried over to the next chapter. Okay, let's begin, shall we? In the name of Allah, God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. So the first section, a lesson to the Prophet. He frowned and turned his attention away, simply because this blind man came to him interrupting. You never know, O Prophet, perhaps he may have been purified, or may be mindful, benefiting from the reminder. As for the one who was indifferent, you gave him your undivided attention, even though you are not to blame if he would not be purified. But as for the one who came to you eager to learn, being in awe of a God, you are inattentive to him. But no, this revelation is truly a reminder. So let whoever wills be mindful of it. It is written on pages, held in honor, highly esteemed, purified, by the hands of angel scribes, honored and virtuous. The second section, a reminder to resurrection deniers. Condemned are disbelieving humans. How ungrateful they are to God. From what substance did he create them? He created them from a sperm drop and ordained their development. Then he makes the way easy for them, then causes them to die and be buried. Then when he wills, he will resurrect them. But no, they have failed to comply with what he ordered. Let people then consider about their food, how he poured down rain in abundance, and meticulously split the earth open for sprouts, causing grain to grow in it, as well as grapes and greens and olives and palm trees and dense orchards, and fruit and fodder, all as a means of sustenance for you and your animals. The last section of Surah Abasa, the overwhelming day. Then when the deafening blast comes to pass, on that day every person will flee from their own siblings, and even their mother and father, and even their spouse and children. For then everyone will have enough concerns of their own. On that day some faces will be bright, laughing and rejoicing, while other faces will be dusty, casting gloom. Those are the disbelievers, the wicked sinners. That is the end of Surah Abasa. So I've truly learnt a lot over these past 3 chapters. So Surah Naba was talking about the Day of Judgment and what will happen on the Day of Judgment. So was Surah Naziat, if I look back, sorry. And it was talking about Moses and the Pharaoh and his demise. And Surah Abasa was talking about a prophet and how he turned away a person who was mindful and wanted to learn more about the religion. So this is all for now. Stay tuned for the next video and have a blessed Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem and Allah Hafiz.